On this episode of Paranormal Lens, I have man eyes? Not
Yes, you
mayonnaise.
do
this
have man eyes.
Man
Paranormal Lens,
eyes.
Man
Man
Ben,
eyes.
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Ben doesn't know how to search for comments using girl eyes.
So this
No.
episode is inspired by a comment we got on a post that went semi-viral, and there's like 290 something comments. And I tried finding the comment again because I screenshotted it, but then accidentally deleted it after sending it to the two of them, and neither of them saved it to their phones. So I had to find it again, and I was like, that'll be easy. I already found it once. Couldn't find the comment. I thought it got deleted. I was like, we don't have an episode. If I can't find this comment, I was stressing out, and then they tell me, you just need girl eyes. We found it in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did.
And I was
Mhm.
like,
We really did. If I know correctly, I think it's like this third comment down.
It's literally the third comment.
third comment down.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the third comment down.
So it's the first comment, the second comment, and then click the comment to the comment, and then there it is.
So everyone's joining this like in the middle of like the chaos of like, you know, this is like, whoa, a lot we're just bombarding on you right at the top. But this has seriously been an hour-long endeavor to try to find this comment. And I was just like, we have to start recording. Now they're saying I have man eyes. This is like revelation.
Yeah. Yeah, you
to
have man
people.
eyes, Ben.
Yeah,
Man
because it took
eyes.
you days and you couldn't find it, and then we hop on saying, I guess, bet we can find it in like 5 seconds. Well, Brienna
And
said
what
that,
did we do?
and we actually found
Days.
it
We
within
did.
a minute.
Literally days, and then an hour just wasting your time. Man, what would we do without you?
289 comments.
I don't know. Probably still be looking for that comment, eh?
Most likely, honestly. Fucking man eyes.
You know what I mean by man eyes, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. But of course you don't understand.
That's why I was like, we gotta
Okay,
record. I don't know what
I
this
mean
means.
man eyes because you know, the stereotype of men will look for something for hours and hours and hours and not be able to find it. They ask their mom, their wife, their girlfriend, whatever, I can't find this. Where can you help? And they find it in 2 seconds, and it's literally in the same spot they had been looking.
Literally, Ben
That
does
happens
all
all
the
the time. That happens all. But
You have man eyes, Ben.
no. What happens is Angela, who lives with me, she
No,
will take
you're-
something, move it, and then move it back to mess with me because she knows I'm looking for it, and she's like, "Oh
No,
fuck."
no,
That happens all the time.
I put everything back to where they are. We're very disorganized. We don't put things away right away. But when we do, we put them back. We put them back where they belong, where they came from. Ben just doesn't know where anything is since we moved into this apartment a year ago.
Because you won't let me decorate.
What do you fuck you mean? Do you see
Because-
this apartment?
You said that doesn't go there. That goes over here. I'm like, no, not in my apartment.
That's not decorating, that's organizing. There's a big difference between organizing and decorating. If I
So
let-
okay, hang on. Before we go on this tangent, we didn't even actually discuss what the topic is that we're talking about.
Oh.
We just said, "Oh, we were trying to find the comment for this whole episode."
we
I-
didn't,
yeah.
Didn't
tell
even
them.
talk about what we're
Do you
talking about
remember
tonight.
like on one of the very first podcasts, we played a game of rock paper scissors 3 times for an audio podcast before we even introduced the topic. So this is still an improvement.
That's so true.
Also, we played rock paper scissors 3-way, which does not work.
Mm-mm.
And it took us how many times before we realized that?
So we got a comment. Where is it?
Oh my god.
I'm dead serious. Okay, I found it.
And I sent it to you over text.
I was still looking on the post. I was looking on the post.
My
So,
God.
I forgot. So we made a post a bit ago on the socials about like these haunted tunnels we investigated a few years ago in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and we got a comment that kind of resonated with me, probably because Angela is showing me the show. It's kind of like an indie show. Not a lot of people have seen it. I don't think it has like a cult following. It's called Stranger Things. But she's showing apparently there's a few seasons, and then apparently
Oh
there's like
gosh.
a secret ninth episode of the final season coming out soon. Um, but she's showing me that show to gear up for this amazing finale she said that they had.
I didn't even finish it. It sucked so bad.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
I don't care if people judge me for saying it. Season 5 of
No, it's
Stranger Things
terrible.
fucking sucks. And
First three seasons were
anyone
good.
who thinks it is good has something seriously wrong in their brain.
I mean, season 4 is when they turn into like Marvel, like Avengers, and I'm like,
Like,
what's
yeah, they're
happening? What
trying
happened
to
to this
like
show?
be too hard was like trying to make it like a superhero thing. I'm like, bring it back to like season 1 and 2 type of vibes.
Bree, have you seen this show?
Yeah, I haven't seen the newest season. But it sounds like I probably shouldn't. So,
But yeah,
Just makes me sad.
the show has a lot to do with Dungeons and Dragons, which of the three of us, Bree is about to be real modest and say she doesn't really play. She's not an expert. She doesn't really know too much about it, but she is part of a, what do they call it? A when you play, it's not like a series of games. It's like you're part of a thing, right? It's like a
I saw you
club.
were gonna call her a
Uh,
nerd.
well, she is a nerd. She plays Dungeons. She's on a Dungeons and Dragons league. That's still better than all the rest of us.
I would, it's called a
A
campaign.
campaign, that's the
Campaign,
word.
Yeah.
yes.
So you started a new campaign recently.
Yes.
But wait, before
Yeah.
you start, Brianna, I didn't mean that in a bad way. I meant it in a nice way. I think nerds are like
I'm
the
so
most
offended you called me a nerd.
I think nerds
How
are the
dare
most
you?
like amazing people in the world.
I'm
I don't think
jealous.
I would be
Ben,
in
you're
this
a nerd.
situation if I wasn't a nerd.
You're a filmy nerd, Ben.
Well, we're all our own nerds. I
We're
nerd
all
out
our
on
own nerd.
cameras.
But there are
Brianna
some
nerds out on
people.
monsters.
No,
No, well,
I'm just saying the people who have like no interest and aren't nerdy about a certain topic and like not nerdy about anything. Those are like the boring people.
mhm.
Sorry.
But no, I am not an expert on D&D
No, you
at
just
all.
know
No.
I only know through like the Stranger Things show, and then also we all have our personal weird connection. We started paranormal investigating at Michigan State University,
Mhm.
which was at like the core of the satanic panic that rippled throughout the United States throughout the 80s, and D&D
Mhm.
was blamed for a lot of kids going down bad paths, and if you play D&D, you're summoning Satan. That
You
game is
know,
demonic,
Yeah.
and
know
that's
what I
because
love to think about is that if we were alive in the 80s, we'd be viewed as Satanists right now.
we still are by some people.
By
That's
some
true,
people.
but I mean like from the majority of the population
You know
would
how
be
many people on
Satanists.
TikTok say like
Who?
comment saying we're going to hell and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%. My laptop is about to die, so I shall disappear for 1 second.
Okay,
But no,
but
one of the biggest things was when we were at MSU was the steam tunnels were heavily like locked up and people weren't allowed down in them because some kids back in the day were playing like D&D, like and doing actual like role play D&D and not like sitting at a table D&D and died in the steam tunnels.
well, not even. That's part of the rumor mill that
That's part
spread.
of the
Yeah,
rumor mill,
there's
yeah.
all these crazy legends. What really happened was like one of the D&D like game masters. He like was down in the tunnels and he kind of got lost, and it turned out to be like a failed suicide attempt, and he ended up actually committing suicide a year later or so. But then the news caught on, and then the tunnels are very dangerous, so people just go down the tunnels thinking there's all these monsters down there, and then all these crazy legends, paranormal stories, because what they were doing was summoning Satan and all
Mm-hmm.
this crazy all this, it gets really messy and really weird, and we're giving like a 5-second overview of like a story with a shit ton of nuance, but still the point is that that incident in the steam tunnels at MSU had a ripple effect nationwide and kind of in some parts launched, if not the Satanic Panic as we know it now, which was just all the fear mongering and blaming everything, essentially scapegoating things like D&D as being gateways
Mhm.
to satanic worship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we used to run at MSU, which is kind of where we're
Mhm.
going. We used to run like haunted tours,
Mhm.
and they were very receptive of this. It brought a lot of people to campus. The only rule was we couldn't mention the steam tunnels.
Yeah.
So
We couldn't
whack.
even mention them.
So
They're
whack.
Yep.
still very weird
Very
about it.
touchy about it. Mhm. Yeah.
Very interesting.
So how does it feel for you, Bree, playing the game now? Like, you know the history. You are in this space as a paranormal investigator. Do you feel like uh, is it anywhere close to being
No.
satanic?
No. I
How does it
don't
how does it feel knowing the history though?
it I don't understand how it got like how people associated Satanism
With a
with
game.
D&D. Like at all. Like it's mind-boggling because it's like they're not there's like yeah, you can have like creepy monsters and stuff and like magic and like I don't know, on occasion necromancy. But I don't even think necromancy became part of D&D until like the early 2000s. That doesn't matter, but like I it they're so far apart. I don't understand where the line crossed that the satanic panic
Where it happened.
was like made D&D seem like the worst thing ever.
Well, I also think that it's a misunderstanding. And I don't know what it was like in the 80s, because obviously we weren't alive. But like
Mhm.
nowadays, Satanists, they don't they don't even really worship the devil. They don't
No.
worship Satan. They're
Yeah.
all about worshiping themselves and being a good person and doing good for others and helping others.
Mhm.
They don't even really, that's what they believe in. You know, they don't
Mhm.
even believe in God. Well, I think
Yeah.
I can't say this is all necessarily true for all Satanists, and but there's another word for people who actually do worship the actual devil, and like the devil on Satan himself. That's a whole different word, and I don't know what it is off the top of my
Mhm.
head.
Yeah, it's
That's
different.
a big misunderstanding that a lot of people don't understand, and it's just like,
I think the whole thing comes from misunderstanding.
oh,
Yeah.
Because even
100%.
I mean nowadays you can go to like any library or pardon the term nerd stores, that have
Yeah.
Magic the
Or
Gathering and
game
D&D.
gaming stores.
Yeah, yeah. Every night, they're advertised, but like in the 80s, like you couldn't just walk in a store and like D&D was like plastered, so you went to places like tunnels or like away from people, and then anytime something happened that was a little off or bad, because accidents happen, it's like, oh, those weird kids doing something secretive,
Mhm.
acting out these creatures and
Yeah.
chasing things in the tunnels that aren't
Yeah.
really there. That's
Mhm.
not what D&D is, but from an outsider, add in the tunnel element, you can kind of see where a lot of misunderstandings can, spiral and domino effect.
Yeah.
What I think is that there's always like extremists with anything, you know. Um and when I think of the satanic panic, I think it's of mostly Christians who were freaking out mostly about it. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's what I
No,
think.
really?
Well, I don't
I
know. What
mean, but
about
here,
like the other religions? Where did they freak out and think that D&D was
bad and evil
Well,
too,
it's
or was it just
inherently religious
Christianity?
because it's freaking out that about the devil.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I mean,
Mhm.
it's the age of also at the same time stranger danger. That was, a thing that was rising at the same time. The whole stranger danger stuff. So it's like people needed something to scapegoat.
mm-hmm. Well, like
So
what I'm saying is that there's extremists to everyone, and that there's some people who believe like I'm not gonna say any names, but I knew someone who used to be my violin teacher, and I know she's still like this to this day. I love her, bless her heart. But I remember one day she was like, "So what do you do in school?" And I was like, "Oh, we took a school field trip uh to the movies, and everyone got to see the Oz and Great and Powerful." And she was like, "Oh no, no, I don't do that. I wouldn't allow my kids to see that. That's evil. That includes wizards and magic. That's not Christian
Mhm.
like or something along that
Yeah.
line." And it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I
Like
I don't know.
there's
Like that
even
that
people.
seems very dramatic
Yeah.
personally.
Like I think there were even new people who were like that with like Harry Potter.
yeah,
Like wouldn't
Yes.
even
Yeah,
let their kids
she
read
was
the
like the
books or
same way.
watch the
Yeah.
movies. And yeah,
And
but
it's just like it's because of I don't know if there was a
misunderstanding and
yeah.
misrepresentation, like they saw one bad thing,
Mhm.
like specifically with D&D, they saw like one bad thing or one bad thing happen, and oh there's magic, and oh there's wizards, and oh there can be demons or whatever, and it's like, oh, this is uh Satanism, or
Yeah.
it's it's encouraging my children to use magic and wicked ways. It's like, no.
Yeah. So like what I'm wondering is then during the 80s or the satanic panic, it's like were people just like all were every like a lot of people just dramatic that way? Did everyone have that mindset? Did everyone believe that way? Or like was there something more to it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even just like the other day, kind of taking a step away from like the satanic panic and more towards like the D&D and not understanding that, like I had like our session last week was 5 almost 6 hours long. Like
that's like half a game of
And
Monopoly.
I was
that's a
up so
monopoly
late,
game.
and the next day my mom was like, I just don't understand how you guys can play something like that so long. I just don't understand the game. And it's like, well, she's like, is there like a goal? Like, is there something that's set for you guys to do? Like, it's like, no, it's like, it's a game that you're put into, like, you create your character, you create a
It's a
backstory for it,
story, yeah. You're just
and you're
having fun and
put
creating a
into a
story.
scenario, and like, the, it's anyone's game from there. Like, you can take it in any direction you want. It's 100% like role played based. Like, your DM could have a goal for you guys, but that doesn't mean that you make that your goal. You can completely sidetrack and go a different way, and the DM will adapt and create a different storyline to go off of. Like, and she's like, "Oh,"
Is
and I'm like, think about it as like uh, think of it as improv,
Mhm. Yeah,
but
it's very
with a
improv.
game.
I
Yeah.
I think I understand. So to summarize, you just said that in Dungeons and Dragons, you can have a storyline that's going one way,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be going that way the whole time, and all of a sudden you can just change it on a whim,
Yeah,
no
like
reason. Like
you're
Stranger Things. That's what happened to season 5. Everyone's
sure.
trying to blame the writers that they lost the plot, and the show has no resemblance to the original season. But maybe it's one big game of Dungeons and
Mhm.
Dragons, and maybe the game masters can do whatever the hell they want.
Well,
Isn't that a
it's not
theory?
even
I came up with it.
yeah,
Well, I
it's
think
not
I've
even
heard
the
other people say
DM
that.
saying that it's they're changing the game. It's the usually the players who change the game. Like they take it in a different direction than the DM anticipated.
I
Like,
see, I
All the
see.
it's been going on a decade. The actors are 10 years older. Maybe they didn't want to play the same characters.
That's so fair.
Imagine a 10-year game of Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah.
What is it possible? Like, is there ever like an ending?
Yeah, usually like the DMs will have a goal at some point like for you to complete and finish the game, but like campaigns can go on for years. Like there doesn't always have to be a set goal, and like I said, like players and the DM can keep shifting that end post. Like it can change constantly.
Man, this sounds fun, and I kind of want to try. Brianna, can we start a campaign with you next time you're here? Can we play D&D with you? Can you show us the ropes, the intros to it?
It's not that simple.
Come on.
I maybe. Maybe one day.
One day,
She doesn't want you in her secret club.
I want to start now.
It's not my game.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like I am the new person in this group. So,
Ah. Do they listen to the podcast?
no.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Does any of the scenarios that might happen talk about paranormal lens?
No.
Can you make a scenario all about paranormal lens in D&D?
I mean,
Is
you
that possible?
could. Like the thing with D&D too is like it doesn't have to be medieval. Like
Yeah.
it can be take place modern, it can take place like in the future. Like it's not always medieval Renaissance based
Mm-hmm.
gameplay.
So
Like
it could be. It
so
could
yeah,
be.
you could make a Paranormal Lens campaign
just in
Hell
cheese
yeah.
layers.
with cheese
Um,
layers and groundhogs.
Oops, I stopped it, guys. By accident.
What?
Sorry. I stopped the recording by accident. I was trying to find a fucking comment. We still haven't even said what this comment was, and I was trying to pull it up and I stopped the whole recording.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Maybe that was a sign from the heavens. So now that we established that, for anyone that forgot from 20 fucking minutes ago, we made a post on Facebook about tunnels. And then, we set up some of our own histories with D&D, and then we got a comment that says, quote, "Now I want to go play D&D down there in the tunnels. The joy of fantasy probably helps any spirits wandering."
Hmm.
And I thought that was an interesting sentiment I never thought of before.
It sounds very
Hmm.
heartwarming, honestly. Like
Mhm.
I got really happy thinking about
Yeah.
like them saying that.
Because
Yeah.
think about it.
Just
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just think about like, all the old castles or like ruins and stuff and like people dressing up and like taking pictures there. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, I wonder if there's any ghosts there. If they're like, oh, that's so cute or that's so pretty or oh, it reminds me of things.
I mean,
I bet there are.
it's true that a lot of these, I never thought of it before, but all the spots back in the day that people would play D&D, like the off the beaten path, like hangout spots of the day, even if they weren't playing D&D, how many times do we investigate somewhere and people are like, I used to party back there. I used to go drinking out there. Like these spots that people gravitated to party, to get away from society, to play D&D, those are now the haunted spots of our generation.
So true.
And
Not always, but a
not
lot of
always,
times,
but it
yes.
tends to be a trend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think too it's like just the act of playing games and the act of, because how many
I
times do
think
we
it's
investigate and things happen when we're not even talking to them? It's just when we're making
Just having
jokes, we're
fun.
having
Do you
fun.
know what this reminds me of? Ben, during your 25th birthday at Simpson Hospital, remember when we were playing Jenga and we were having like a good old jolly time and we just had the cap all set up around us and with the lights off, like surrounding us so we can see if they went off.
Mhm.
And every single time one of us was freaking out or the tower tipped out or
tipped over or was about to tip over, the cat balls around us were going off with us.
Yeah.
Like they were getting excited when we were getting excited.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't even like when you pulled and it all tips over, you know, because like
Mhm.
you're like, oh, it just shook the cat ball. No, it was
Mhm.
as we're getting excited, like, you're gonna tip it, like that full, like our excitement seemed to feed it. And to reiterate again to
Mhm.
the listeners, we every time we go to a haunted place, we have this game of Jenga. It's like color Jenga. Each tile is like a different color, and we assign before we play each color to a different room of the location we're investigating. And when things kind of quiet down or we need a brain break, we go play Jenga, and then the loser has to go do a solo in the room that they
Yes,
pull. Like if orange is the creepy attic. And
you
they
gotta go
lose
to the
pulling in
creepy attic.
orange, you gotta go do a solo up there. So that's like our thing, and that's our game, is this haunted
Mhm.
Jenga.
Yep.
I
Is
just
is
I-
haunted Jenga is like, do you think that is good for the spirits? Do you think just playing games, be it Dungeons and Dragons, anything that's fun, anything that's
Yeah,
gaming?
I think anything that brings energy or good energy into an environment is good. I don't
yeah.
think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah. If it was like something really bad and traumatic happened there, there's always gonna be that feeling of sorrow in there to an extent, you know?
Mhm.
And it's like I feel like the more people go in there happy with excitement and it can change that energy a little bit, it can change
Yeah.
that feeling
It
and
can heal it a little
negativity. It
bit.
can heal it a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh shit, we didn't even cut to the intro yet. Welcome to our podcast, where we take deep dives.
Looking at various topics through a
Paranormal Lens.
Okay, now that we came back from the intro, any final thoughts on this? I thought this was a great episode.
Yeah.
That was the best bit we've ever done. The whole episode was the intro, and then the episode is just the outro.
I'm crying.
I don't cry. I have man eyes.
Yeah, you have man eyes. They don't have emotions.
And that's the takeaway. That's the final thoughts. Men don't have emotion.
Realize we were still recording.
So that was a fun episode. I feel like this captured the energy of what we were trying to say, which is playing games in haunted places is fun. And this was
Yeah.
fun. Not everything can be serious all the time, right? I feel like there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, in paranormal world at large, all that. So let's have some fun sometimes. Bring Jenga. I'm curious, anyone listening, what games do you play in haunted locations? Do you play games? Do you have a go-to game? Maybe we can all play games together sometimes. Maybe we that's the takeaway. We should all just play more games, have more fun, live a little. On that note, is that good? We like that
Yes.
ending?
Yep, that's a better ending
Mhm.
than men don't show emotion.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Paranormal Lens. If you liked what you heard, every 5-star rating and positive review tells the algorithms we're a worthy podcast and pushes us out to more listeners. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll see you next Thursday for another paranormal deep dive.